You want to start over in the 100s?
For political candidates, reaching out directly has always been a challenge.
Hello.
So many people, too little time.
Thanks so much. Bye-bye.
And here in Port Moody, Coquitlam, the ground game is on. It's a tight race now. Last election, the closest in the entire country.
Yeah, it was so close.
I know, 153 votes.
So tight, the Conservatives barely eked out a victory. The NDP a close second, the Liberals a close third.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
So everyone now is fighting for every single vote.
Let's go down to 103
But look
and 104.
closely. The NDP candidate is not hitting every house. So how do they know who's most likely to engage with their message? Well, all three major national parties have vast databases. The most advanced include the Conservatives with their Medallion and the Liberals with the Liberalist database. They certainly know who and where you are and if you voted last election.
So a political knock at the door, a canvasser, could actually be a data gathering operation.
Well, it is a data gathering operation, and in most circumstances they want to know whether you're going to vote and who you're going to vote for. One can assume that the data operations made a difference here.
Yeah.
Colin Bennett of the University of Victoria is considered one of the country's foremost experts on how political parties use data to target voters.
They profile the electorate and they score the electorate. So you have a score, whether you're a supporter, whether you're a non-supporter, or whether you're in the middle.
They do this by understanding who supports them. Let's say women in their 30s with small kids and a history for being concerned about the economy. They then build a look-alike model, targeting people with those characteristics in a specific area, even down to the street, using data scraped by specialty firms and public sources. Big data first became a big deal in the 2008 Obama campaign. Trump had a vast data operation in 2016 where political organizations had hundreds of data points for nearly every single voter, from address to income to buying habits to social media posts.
It's just fundamentally more efficient. When I first got started in campaigns, there was no such thing as a database that you could look up on your computer and go talk to voters.
Democrat Michael Farias is a U.S. campaign veteran, and in a tight race and a quick campaign in Canada, data, he says, could be key.
In an election like that that's really quick, you're looking at the people who are most likely to vote, who have had a history of voting, and that's who you want to, identify first and say, if I'm a candidate, how many of these people right off the bat do I think are likely to have an affinity towards me?
But it can work the other way, too. Figure out who supports your rival and try to convince them to change their mind. Lots of us have been targeted by those messages.
They're pointing fingers and saying what somebody else has done and bad, bad, bad.
They're trying to scare you from supporting someone else.
Correct. Instead of being solution focused and shifting to here is the platform we are working with and here are some of the initiatives we want to take forward. Will you support us?
In the last election,
it happened in 2019 in Canada. Look at this Conservative ad, which targeted Facebook users who fit a certain profile. Written in Cantonese, it warns the Liberals legalize marijuana and hard drugs would be next. Same thing for the Liberals, who suggested the Conservatives would remove all gun control.
the ad can have an effect before the other side can really respond to it.
With vast data about people, there's always privacy questions. So would the party show us their data on us if we asked? No, we did ask. Only the NDP responded, telling us their data is collected via Elections Canada or through information which was voluntarily offered by Canadians who engage with us online. What do Canadians think about politicians with all this data about us?
Do you ever see ads for political parties or politicians? Yeah. Do you know that you actually could get targeted based on information they know about you?
No, I didn't know that. No.
Yeah. What do you think about that?
I feel like privacy issues for sure.
You know what, it's just not politics, right? I think it's just a reality. It's the technology, right?
But not everyone accepts that reality. There's an investigation now before the BC Privacy Commissioner insisting parties be forced to show what they have.
There's an extraordinary
array of information that's potentially available to them.
Andrew Clement is both a privacy advocate and the applicant in the case.
I think it's kind of a Wild West in terms of a largely regulation-free arena.
With the race in Port Moody Coquitlam again so close, it's looking like anyone's guess. The Liberal team can use its data to identify and motivate potential supporters by phone. The Conservative candidate said she didn't have time for us to tag along with her campaigning, but her party, just like the Liberals and the NDP, do use data about voters to sharpen and focus their campaigns.
Hey!
And in a race as close as this one, that micro-targeting could make all the difference. David Common, CBC News, Coquitlam, BC.